Hello, everybody, and welcome. It is Friday again, one day away from the Cleveland Browns preseason game at 1 o'clock tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. That means we're one day away from another Cleveland Browns halftime and post-game show here on
God, you're doing it again. You are a glutton for, I don't know what you're a glutton for.
No. I mean, viewership is up, man. I mean, since I've started the short subject, YouTube shorts, I feel like whatever's inside my shorts has gotten a lot bigger.
So you are now the Adam Schechter of Cleveland podcasting. Then.
No, I'm just a cow who has more viewers than any other cow on the internet.
Correct. Well, there is cow herd out there. So
that's true, but I don't know. I'm not shell-shocked and mentally retarded. Here's a piece of glorious video bringing back from the past. All right. And as we prepare for yet another Cleveland Browns preseason football game.
Good Lord.
Save us all. This is just going to be wonderful stuff. All I have to do is share this biatch with you. And this will be so much fun. Let's see if I actually
should I mute while you do this, or oh god, those two.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear this. I think you tried sending this to me and I couldn't hear it. So
all right. That way I'm not behind the the QR code. All right. This is from 2013, and it's just so wonderful seeing Joe Banner. You see, I'm up there. This is what
You look exactly like him now. You need a little bit of facial hair, and you'd be all over that shit.
I shaved before the program. That's my impression of a beatbox. All right, so here we go. This is so worth watching. I don't know what to tell you.
I love the headline on it.
This is the day that a reporter decided to
go
do
rogue.
Something to go rogue. Yeah, here we go.
Vanderoos with 19 Action News. I'm not a sports guy. I'm a news guy, so new to all this. So I'm in here as a voice to the fans to ask their questions. Small sampling from our Facebook page, as you can imagine, blew up with the news last night. Real quick, this team remains an embarrassment, not only to the NFL, but the fans as well. We deserve better. Who really cares anymore? They have lost their fans trying to outsmart the rest of the league, and frankly, they've encouraged apathy instead of hope. And lastly, totally done with anything Browns. Haslam and his, these are their words, Haslam and his stooges, Banner and Lombardi, can pack up and get out of Cleveland. Jimmy, can you assure the fans, their words, not mine, that you don't have the three stooges running this operation?
Yeah, listen, I feel really confident we have the right people to take this organization where we need to. Okay, and I think what the fans need to understand is, and you all have heard me say on numerous occasions since we've been here about a year and a half now, we have the best fans in the world. Okay, and I've said our fans deserve better. And what I want our fans to hear is nobody cares about winning, is going to work any harder to get us there than the people you're looking at right now, particularly the owner. Okay, we take this extremely seriously, and I purposely said what I said earlier. It galls me when you all write, and you have the right to do it, and people have the right to say it. Same old Browns. It's our single mission to change that.
Just clip this. Just clip this because it's just classic. You have every right. We're saying it more 13 years later. Jimmy's aged, man. Jimmy has.
Yeah, I was going to just say that. He looks like a really suave Mike Pence, sort of Tennessee Mike Pence look there with nice combed hair and everything. Now he looks like he's been touched by Beelzebub, and instantly aged like 30 years. But yeah, he looks damn young there. And so were we. He's less than 60, I think, in that. in that shot.
IQ wise, yeah, and it's only gone downhill from there. I honest to God,
that's amazing.
You put this in a time capsule. Here we are 13 years later, and he's saying the same shit. And we're in the same position.
No, we're in worse. We are actually worse, I would argue. But yeah.
So would I. Now you understand where the Joe Banner impression comes from. Let me get the profile.
How did you find this? Did somebody send it to you, or that's just amazing?
I dig deeper. Cows have hooves.
So that guy, was he Dan DeRose? Dan DeRose?
Dan DeRose. What?
It's like, isn't that Don Meredith? I thought he died.
That's right, Howard. I don't know what it means, Dandy Don DeRue.
Turn out the lights, the party's over.
Yeah. Dan DeRue's man of the people. Yeah, he goes down in history as the guy who had the unmitigated balls to tell the truth in front of a room full of reporters who were cowards then and cowards now.
And he's probably never been in there since, I would have thought. They probably got security to fucking manhandle him out of the room.
I always say the best part of the show is the beginning of the show. Yeah. Hello, Michael Seeley, 2303. I don't know. You sound like
Garfield 12303.
No, he sounds like a mattress salesman. Hi, Michael Seeley here.
Are you having problems falling asleep at night?
And hello, Carla Medina. Hi, how is your day? Oh, it's getting better all the time. When I get to do a show like this is going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun show.
You got to make ready access to this clip, man. That is probably the best clip ever shown. I will go out on a limb and say that is the best clip ever shown on Moohead Radio. We've had some great clips, like the fake car dealership ad up in, that one.
Oh yeah, all that stuff. But this was real.
That was real. That was a real thing that happened.
It's just brilliant stuff. Now, next, this is this is just too damn good.
Oh no, is this? Oh no.
Yes, he has blocked me, folks. So this gives me absolute authorization.
Authority
to say exactly what I have to say. But I'm going to let old square jaw, cock in mouth, Daryl Rotter and his Italian buddy Sal Carpaccio. I'm just going to have a field day. You get to listen to this and you tell me what in the hell this means. Listen to the question that Reuter is asking Sal. And do you think this is a leading question in any way? Here we go.
All right, Shedeur Sanders. This is going to be very important. I'm going to warn you right now. Watch what you say about Shedeur. He has a very rabid and loyal fan base. But your thoughts on what you saw from the sophomore who is, trying to take this job from Deshaun?
Why ask the question?
You've already answered it.
Do you know what Daryl Reuter is besides retarded? What Daryl Reuter is, he looks like somebody that Jim Carrey is doing a caricature of.
Yeah, he looks like a grown-up version of Niedermeyer talking to Mario the plumber. Or is that Luigi the plumber? One or the other.
I wish that I could get him to impersonate Daryl Reuter, but he doesn't know who Daryl Reuter is. And neither does anybody else, because he blocks everybody because everybody hates him because he's, you know what he's
the Niedermeyer.
He's like a Nazi with a microphone in front of him.
Wow.
Honest to God, just make it stop. Hello, earn money now. Nice to see you again. Yeah. So basically, this is what you call an impartial reporter.
Wow.
So help me God. And the guy who he's asking, who is, from, you see it up here, WGR AM 550 in Buffalo. He's like,
he's a Buffalo guy. Oh,
yeah.
Buffalo guy.
He's like, wait a minute, ask me about my team.
Yeah, ask me about a Buffalo guy.
I don't want to get into this shit, really, Daryl. Come on.
Really? He's asking a Buffalo beat reporter to comment about Shedeur Sanders after probably watching about a dozen plays. That makes no sense, man.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It really doesn't make any sense.
It's pretty remarkable stuff. I will say that the stuff that I'm sharing today may be amongst the best of all.
You have scraped the barrel today, my friend.
Now, and then if you didn't get it, this is great. Okay. If you didn't watch
probably not
the football game last night with Mendoza, it's so funny.
What happened to him? I watched nothing.
There's a new Mendoza line in football now.
Oh God, was he terrible?
Yeah, he threw an 80-yard pick. I mean, and he couldn't get anything substantially going in the game. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But I just thought it was interesting that this bro decided he'd seen enough of all this people shitting all over Shedeur, and then watching Mendoza, just get blown away in his second preseason game, because he got blown away in his first one too, right? And this one is this guy's good. This guy's
all right. So Mendoza, all right. So last night was the start of the second week. All right, I was having a senior moment there. I didn't realize he was shitty in 2 preseason games already. So there you go.
Here we are. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I'll turn my head on.
You're gonna love this. You're gonna love it. I promise. Here we go.
So Fernando Mendoza threw a pick tonight, a pick 6, by the way, tonight. Okay, in his preseason game. So basically, I just want to make sure that we're grading all the quarterbacks the same. We're going to be good, right? So that means he's just a backup quarterback. The Raiders shouldn't waste their time with him. He's just a backup quarterback. He doesn't have he's not good enough to be in the NFL. He's not good enough to be a starter in the NFL. Correct? Yeah, correct. Because he threw that pick 6, okay? Shedeur threw a pick. He threw a pick. He didn't throw a pick 6. He threw a pick. Shedeur is just not a starting quarterback. I don't know why there's even a competition. Oh, he's a backup quarterback at best. Blah 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 blah. Arch Manning. For Arch Manning. So that's same thing for Fernando Mendoza, correct? He threw that pick 6. Boom. He just doesn't have what it takes. He tanked the season for Arch Manning. Shoot for Arch, correct? I just want to be fair. I just want to be fair. I just want to make sure we're holding all QBs to the same standards. That's all I want. That's all I want. So Fernando Mendoza, man. So for the Raiders, they should be getting back in. They should be getting back in the QB game. Okay, Arch Manning. Fernando Mendoza threw a pick tonight. A pick.
Oh, it's just too damn funny.
Wow.
And it was before I found this. I was going to talk about this very thing, but not quite in the way that
Yeah, you were going to be as effective as that guy was.
No, that's exactly right, and brusque and to the point, right? So what it boils down to, if you didn't see I'll show you everybody. If you didn't watch the game, this is the 80-yard touchdown pick 6.
Please, I'll enjoy this.
Yeah. Hi, let me go here. Let me go.
I don't think Mendoza's going to be as bad as Ryan Leaf, but he's just mid to me.
Ready?
I'm ready.
And away we go.
Jetty. Play action from Mendoza.
Play action.
Over the middle.
Whoa!
Wood as the rookie.
Whoa.
Track him down and
he tried to make the tackle though.
For the Texans and the rookie.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I mean, Kevin Stefanski would be smirking on the sideline if the Browns had done that. Yeah, he'd be having his smirk going.
Well, the
Oh,
number
it's
one
a
overall
long
pick just threw
way
a
from
pick six to a fourth-round draft pick from Clemson. Who's trying to make this team, and what a chance, and Wood
nothing quite
made
like
the most
throwing behind yourself
over the middle, 10 yards.
across the field against your
That's your
momentum in the
yeah.
middle of the field. What
Middle of
did
the
you
field.
think's going to happen? But, you know, I'll tell you this. It would never have happened to
Oh, God.
Yeah, this is what happens. And
too soon to say Mendoza is mid, apparently. I'm going to say he's mid. Sorry, I saw him play at Indiana.
Well, here's what I want to say about this, because this isn't to ridicule Mendoza. That's not the point of this. Actually, it's to ridicule Daryl Reuter. God, what?
I can't ridicule
no. He blocked me. So what the hell does it matter? It just destroyed one of my reasons for living.
Yeah.
God, I mean, he's crushed my spirit and my soul.
Wow.
I was trying to support him because special people need help.
Well, the thing is, you're getting more mentions than he is on Cleveland media, so that's what the problem is.
No, he's getting a lot of mentions in the halls saying, "Why is he even here?" You know.
Is he, that must make him a DEI appointment then if well, never mind.
Never mind. Yeah. So what I was going to say about Mendoza, you come out of a situation where he played in multiple colleges, okay?
He did.
And he was the beneficiary of a whole new way of doing things with the portal. And you're going to see this more and more and more.
Yeah.
And I think that he landed at a place at the right time in a system where he did not have to do too much. They had a good running game, really good defense in Indiana.
Fucking offensive line, man. They
protected him.
Do nothing against them.
Yeah, and they really put together a hell of a team for college football. All right,
yeah.
And let's not forget the differences between college basketball and the NBA college football. God. You know, if we could predict who is great coming out of college in either of those sports, then it would be easy to draft people.
But it isn't, is it?
Yeah, it would just be easy as hell. But yeah, it isn't, because the speed of the game.
Yeah.
People who they thought would be stars of the NBA have failed miserably as the game has sped up, because now you don't have time to do things except really if you're synaptically quick and you're picking up things very quickly. Quarterback, the one thing I noticed about Mendoza was when he played at Indiana, he was a take a snap quarterback. He was not a shotgun quarterback. All right.
Sure.
So the time that he had to throw, he has, in his mind at this point, now doubting himself, perfected the play action fake. But if you watched him in this game with the play action fake, he does something which is as bad as Shedeur patting the football before he throws it, because split seconds make a huge difference in the way, the results in college football versus in pro football. But what he does is he turns to do the fake handoff, and then he scrunches down, and it's a dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Yeah. I mean, it's like, he's doing that Hunchback of Notre Dame thing, and that means he still has the ball. And the pass rushers just continue. They don't bite. They keep coming at him, and they crush him. And he was sacked once, but he was under a lot of duress during the course of the time that he played. And the speed is, and to try After the game, Mendoza said something about the speed of the game and said that the pick was a throw that he shouldn't have thrown because he's used to having all the time in the world, really incredible athletes around him, especially at the wide receiver position, that would usually with their speed break open, but he doesn't. The speed is mitigated by the speed of the defensive line penetration, just the speed of the game in general.
Yeah.
And defensive backs are just so much better in the NFL than they were in college. So I guess what my point is
you have a point.
Yep. Every great quarterback you can think of, and it starts with Tom Brady. Nobody in their right mind. They waited until the 7th round, God only knows, back then.
Yep.
To bring him in and to draft him. Nobody knew at Michigan that this guy was going to be for shit. And it isn't how fast you can run, although it's a nice thing to have. Yeah. It's how fast you can process.
Yeah.
Always has been, but now to a critical mass point. If you have to sit back and look side to side, it's too late.
Yeah, I think what has happened is that the dumb as rocks quarterbacks are no longer making it in the NFL like they used to 40 years ago. I mean, you had some pretty stupid fuckers as quarterbacks back when we were young, but now you have to be bright and quick and intelligent to play this game and react quicker. And
it's a certain type of analytical intelligence.
And Your processing and depth perception and all that shit.
What I can say to Cleveland Browns fans who are in a quandary because, oh my God, it's going to be Deshaun Watson or it's going to be Shedeur Sanders. And, it can't be Shedeur. We hate Shedeur. Or it can't be Deshaun because we hate Deshaun. Neither one of these guys are fast processors.
No,
at the time when there were 4,000 yard seasons for Deshaun, he was playing in a system that had to throw the ball a lot because it gave up a lot of points, and they weren't winning, but he was able to find receivers in the open field, and he had some weapons. But defensively, the Texans were awful, and no matter what he did, they could not win.
Yeah.
Now he's all these years older. He's 30 years old. He's had countless injuries, and then the syphilis that he got really slowed him down. And the bottom line is that then you look at Shedeur, and it's like, what the hell does he know? He went to a black college in Mississippi at Jackson State. Isn't that where he went? And
I would agree, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, a year after that, he went to Colorado to be with his father to play. And the Buffaloes were not very much before, and but it was a big deal. And this was all the precursor of this whole, portal nonsense.
Yeah.
We're going to get a guy with a famous name. Now, we don't know whether Dion can coach or not, but there's going to be instant interest in Colorado football, and he's bringing his son, and he's bringing in Travis Hunter, and he's bringing in the best guys that he can bring in. And they were, I wouldn't say that they were a national power, but they were certainly vastly improved. And
they were a bowl team, but not a playoff team.
Right. And which for Colorado, considering where they had been, it was a big deal. So now from Colorado, and to go through what he went through, he's going to be a first-round pick, then he drops to the 5th round. There appeared to be coercion involved, that no team, not a single team, bit in five rounds of their picks.
Yeah.
That just seems very odd that a guy who was a for sure first rounder. And I know what they say. Oh, he had an attitude, and during the interviews, he was, like he was the special one, and yada yada yada. But seeing him on the field last year, he's not the worst quarterback that I've seen play in Cleveland.
Oh God, he's in the top. He's in the top half of the plunge class there.
He's better than Brandon Whedon.
He's better than Cody Kessler.
Deshaun Kaiser. He's better than that.
Oh, Kaiser was probably the worst one.
Yeah, well, he was bad. We've had a lot of really rotten quarterbacks in Cleveland. Probably very nice people, but
and the thing is, the Packers actually wanted Kaiser. That was the amazing thing. They were all gung ho for him, and we were able to take him away.
Well, he went to Notre Dame, by God. It's like
so did Brady fucking Quinn.
I hope they got their degrees because it wasn't going to be in football that they were going to excel. And to me, the jump is such a big leap at that position. There would be multiple quarterbacks in every draft season that would succeed if it was fairly easy to recognize who has that skill.
Yeah.
But the way college football is structured, it doesn't work that way. The way that it works is you do what the coach tells you to do, and it's a very programmed game. And now it's how many guys you can force into the portal and get as much of an offensive line advantage so you have a balanced run pass. In the NFL, no team usually has a balanced run pass attack. You're either one or the other. Like the Ravens were always run first. It wasn't big pass offense. It was a big time receiver playing for the Ravens, but man, it was running backs, but offensive line. They just kept coming at you, wearing you down, and a very athletic quarterback. That was their recipe. That recipe today, good luck finding all the offensive linemen. It's the game is just amped up. It's no different than the NBA. It's the athleticism is much greater, and it's not easy to draft people.
Well, I'll take that a little bit further and say that the people coming through the system from junior high school, and university, they're more serious now, and they also have the benefit of science and dietitians and all these liquid drinks and gel drinks and diet regimens. I mean, back when we were like, I literally stood in line in McDonald's behind Art Schleister one time at 1 o'clock in the morning, and he was pissed as a fart.
Did he steal anything?
No, well, he might have done, but I mean, they didn't fucking eat properly. They had steaks and they back in our day, even look at Tom Brady's famous combine photo where he looks pudgy. I mean, dudes were pudgy back then.
I mean, when I was a kid, Billy Kilmer was quarterbacking the Redskins, okay?
Exactly. Yeah, he was dumb as a box of rocks, and he was fat.
An avid beer drinker. And made no bones about it. Good old Blatz is back.
There's photos of Len Dawson sitting at halftime with a cigarette and a beer bottle in his hand. I mean,
Schleister. I've been around long enough to have gotten Schleister thrown out of a mall in Youngstown.
Yeah. You did tell that story some other time, but you've told it a few times.
That's what he was. But the quarterback for his time, who didn't have the cannon arm but had the processing capabilities, was Bernie Kosar.
Yep.
And if you saw him, he looked like a big stork on the field at Miami. And
he wasn't athletic in the slightest.
Not in the slightest. And he's unfortunately lived to pay for that. Yeah. It's a cruel game, football.
Yeah.
But he knew, and once he had the Lindy Infante offense to run, He knew where everybody on the field was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Lindy Infante was a prick, and he was hard, just an overbearing fella. But he made sure that those offensive players knew where they were supposed to be on the field. And Kozar was just outstanding. And it wasn't that Bernie threw the ball. He wasn't a volume thrower, but he did not throw interceptions because
he threw it accurately. He put it where the guys could catch it, man.
But his percentage by today's standards
wasn't
low.
That good. Yeah,
that's right.
That good.
But he didn't give it to the other team either. Yeah. He threw the ball where it was supposed to be thrown. He had a few players who had really good hands that could catch the ball.
And Langhorne and that.
And the concept of Infante's offensive concept was a valid concept.
Yeah.
But you get these guys, and I looked at Mendoza, and I'm thinking to myself, this guy is realizing what it is to play professional football now. And if you look at the schools that he came from, it's a lot like Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel played for a bunch of different colleges, and he ended up, with a great team. Mendoza did, and really, so did Dylan Gabriel. Yeah, good football programs, and they're bound to look better in that environment than they are coming in their rookie year.
Yeah.
You got to be patient with them, because I'm not going to say that Mendoza doesn't know how to read a football field, because it's way too early to talk about that. But what we're getting, what we're getting in Cleveland is, and I'm going to share another screen, because this is absolutely the crap that, and
well, while you put that screen up, I'll say there's one classic commentator saying that you never hear any commentators say anymore, and that is, "Oh, that quarterback's a field general out there."
Right.
Where have all the fucking field generals gone? Put somebody in the league right now who's a field general.
Well, and where are all the audibleizers?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
you come up to the line of scrimmage, you go, "Oh, they're in the wrong set. I'm going to change the play." But no, the quarterback just runs the play that he's told. And I would say 70% of the examples of quarterbacks in the NFL. And again, they got, tough acting, tin acting. They get beaten up. What before tomorrow's game, there was the practice session, the practice scrimmage of the Browns and the Bills.
How did that go?
Well, it didn't go particularly well, because the Bills could do whatever they wanted to do offensively, and they were whipping the ball down the field, and they were wide open, and there were coverage mistakes and all of that. But the Cleveland media is so hung up on the quarterback situation that this is what we end up getting out of this, is that there was if you looked at the two men who had the better day, I think Shedeur was like 13 of 24. But that Watson was better. He was 12 for 17, but Watson threw a pick, and but he threw 2 touchdowns along with that pick.
Wow.
This is Tony Grossi, and I don't know.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah, and this is really unfortunate when somebody has to lie. I mean, flat out lie about something. Here we go.
Wow. You have to understand, if you're there, they're playing by rules, and the rule is, if you're touched, you're down. If the player continues into the end zone and the referee does not signal touchdown, it's not a touchdown. Okay, there were no touchdown passes by Shedeur yesterday.
Oh my God!
All right, live with it, realize it, accept it. Okay, just as there are nuances with the quarterback tracker, there are nuances with those
within the practice,
those little
itself,
videos that you see out of these videos are.
So now what Tony Grossi's trying to tell us is what we saw with our eyes of a referee giving the touchdown signal when Shedeur threw a touchdown pass to Malachi Corley, okay? that we imagined that. I think what's happening here is people are watching what the politicians in America are doing and saying, and they're lying, and lying becomes the norm. You didn't see that. You saw this. The pool in the back tore because people jumped in and destroyed it. And you have the videos of security cameras on the White House grounds that would show that, right? Well, moving on to something else.
Wow.
They lie. Politicians lie, and now press people lie. What would be so bad if he was 13 of 24 with 1 touchdown or 13 of 24 with no touchdowns? What is the difference? And the only thing that I can discern out of this, besides the fact that this guy's been doing this for too damn long and he needs to go to an old folks home because he's losing his fucking mind. It's either that or he's being guided by somebody to say certain things that no matter how absolutely crazy they sound, that he'll get an X percentage of people agreeing with him because they just don't like Shedeur. And it has nothing to do really with whether Shedeur should start, whether he should be a backup, whether he should be in the league. We know as much about Shedeur basically as what we're going to find out about Mendoza. And for the record, so you know, the head coach of the Raiders has forestalled his decision on who's going to be the starting quarterback. And everyone knows it's going to be Cousins because Mendoza's not ready. And it doesn't mean he's a bust. It just means he's not ready. Why can't you just say, we don't really think that Shedeur is ready yet and be done with it? He was a 5th-round pick. He does have some faults in holding the ball too long and running in a backwards direction, and he's prone to losing large gulps of yardage if he gets sacked. And we have a problem on our offensive line. We need a quarterback who can at least has the experience of getting rid of the ball quickly.
Yeah.
So there's that. Now, instead, what we get is this ass clown, and I'll let him continue.
Are often misleading. People have seen videos of one-on-one practice and a beautiful pass
and
touchdown.
assume it's 7-on-7.
It doesn't count in the tracker. We've established what the rule is in the qualification.
No kidding.
Those people who thought Shedeur had 2 touchdowns yesterday were wrong. So take your community note and shove it.
Wow.
Now, you see, and this is the lack of information and the lies that are being told by members of the press. It's just it makes my job easier because I have no horse in the race.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you're not getting any money for this.
And not only that, if you said to me who should start, it's like it depends what you want to accomplish.
Yeah, and we don't have all the information that's available to the coaching staff, and we don't see these players 24/7, do we?
I'll be honest with you. If you're going to start Deshaun Watson, which is what's going to happen, after everything that has happened to Deshaun Watson in Cleveland, knowing he's on his last year of his contract, he'll never play in Cleveland again. He's disenchanted with in his most recent press conference, he just came out and said, I don't care what the fans think about me. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
And, it just lights a fire. And then there's the fans who hate Shedeur. And every time he does his little mighty arm thing, they hate him. So everything is being stirred, just like it is politically in the country. Everything is being stirred up and whipped up into a frenzy. But what is the smart thing to do? And I have the answer because I'm smarter than the people who are making the decisions.
Okay.
I was in this situation where I have a young quarterback like Shedeur who really commits sins on a football field.
Yeah.
Watson commits sins off the football field, but that's another issue for another time. Shedeur drops back and keeps fading backwards as he's looking for receivers because he had the speed, he had Travis Hunter, he had a lot of things at Colorado that he does not have. He has a lovely deep ball, but he doesn't seem to pick up what the defense is doing, and he doesn't have that quick outlet mentality of reading 1, 2, 3, bang, bang, bang. He holds on to the ball too long. Watson, on the other hand, like I've already said, he's not going to come back to Cleveland. And if you think he gives you a better chance to win, that's going to hurt your draft position. And what you're going to be looking for is another quarterback.
Yeah.
So one guy, it doesn't matter. The team can't want to win because they don't have the quarterback that they need. So I have a solution to this that is so easy. We did it before. Why can't we do it again? We brought Joe Flacco onto the team for the same fucking reason, because we didn't have anybody who was ready to play. And we needed somebody who had common NFL sense.
Yeah, we had DTR.
That's right. We need a veteran quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, when I saw
Case
Keenum tearing us apart, I say to myself, he's not a winning quarterback any more than all the other guys that we've seen. But the Jacoby Brissett, who is set, he already has his contractual.
Yeah, he's got his money. Yeah. Good luck to him.
You're better off with somebody who knows the pace of the war than somebody who doesn't either have the ability at this point to read it fast enough, or the other guy who's torn his Achilles twice and has messed up. That he's physically going to be a duck back there because he isn't nearly as athletic and elusive as he was when he was a 4,000 plus yard quarterback per season. So I say bring in.
Yeah. It's going to happen. Well, that's last week that neither one of these people on the roster are going to be the Browns quarterback in October. I mean, I don't think that's a really bold comment to make either.
No, not at all. And if you're listening to this and saying, well, who the hell are you going to get? It's like,
it's got to people.
Anybody
out there.
Every young quarterback needs a Kirk Cousins in front of them.
Yeah.
Mendoza's going to learn by looking at the speed of things, working with his coordinators, and working with and through Kirk Cousins, if Cousins will share. All right.
Yeah, and going to film study, unlike Johnny Manziel.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of quarterbacks who don't like to help the younger guy. You need a Gary Danielson kind of guy who took Bernie under his wing and who graciously parted the field in the 6th game of the season to let Bernie just start his professional career. There's something to be said about people who are really, really selfless in the game.
Good people. Yeah. Good, proper, moral, good people. You know?
And I'd love to have a guy like that at quarterback. Even, look, you're not going to win with any of them. With this offensive line, it's so patched up. There's no way you're going to win with it. Believe me. And now the defensive line is down a man. Nobody knows exactly what the injury was. What's the name of our pass rusher? The guy who we were hoping was going to step up and be the replacement is the number 2 pass rusher, Alex Wright. That sounds right. And he limped off the field, and there has been nothing forthcoming from the organization.
Wow.
And, again, that's exactly right. Aiden O'Connell looked pretty damn good. Now, he's not going to look that good against a first-string defense. But a guy who knows the ropes, and knows he's at the end of his career, and this is an opportunity for him to try to shine one more time
and have a payday.
And a good character guy who will keep the heads up of the young players, keep them in a positive state of mind. Right now, this is a disaster waiting to happen. You're going to have a full stadium booing Deshaun Watson at the top of their lungs.
Yep.
And or half a stadium. And if you put Shedeur in the other half,
we'll be booing him.
We'll be booing. And I would rather that we had a veteran quarterback, and this is what should have been done in the beginning, but Jimmy Haslam never does, because he and the Three Stooges, and Three Stooges, it's just like Larry, Curly, and Moe, but then Shemp would come in, and then Joe Besser would come in. Yeah. There was always extra Stooges. We get them all. Jimmy Haslam finds these fuckers. And it's just unbelievable.
13 years of that.
I know.
I think after every loss, on Loss Monday, you should play that clip every week of the 13-year-old clip.
But there's no downside, because Dylan Gabriel can't help the team. Because he doesn't even have the long ball that Deshaun has.
No.
And he has no athleticism, and he's too short, and he doesn't have arm strength. So right off the bat, he's a guy who shouldn't even be on the team. He shouldn't even be on the squad.
He's not in the league, man. He's not. Why he was ever drafted, I have no idea.
Yeah, and Wyatt Teller could not laterally move. And the thing is, Wyatt Teller wanted to explain to the press that he wasn't in good condition the last couple of years in Cleveland. Well, that may have had something to do with it, but the injuries that have piled up in this man's career, he's going to be in a wheelchair when he's in his 50s.
Yeah, he's going to be worse than Dan Deerdorf. If you don't know him, look him up.
And Wyatt Teller isn't starting for the Texans, but if he had to, you saw what happened. It's a swinging door, just like it was in Cleveland. And he used to be a really good player.
Well, he got rehabilitated. We got him for nothing. And then Jim Callahan fucking taught him up, and then he was good for like 2-3 years.
Well, it was the run scheme that we were doing. It was, and it really appealed to the way that he blocked and his mobility to get to certain positions. Conrad Dobler.
Yeah,
the old Cardinal.
Yeah, like 13 years ago. But that's probably around the era when we had Alex Mack and Joe Thomas and Shanahan. I think there was that period of time when we actually had a halfway decent offense. But Jimmy Haslam has done nothing in 13 years other than get multiples of billions of dollars behind him and his family's name. And that's it.
Well, I'm going to share another screen with you, because I think that there are some things that are worth sharing, not just because they're funny, but that there is a point and a purpose to it. Dan Graziano of ESPN is saying that the Browns should be starting Deshaun Watson and will eventually turn to Shedeur and finish with one of the worst records, it says, before targeting a quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what's going to happen.
But the quote is this, and I'll share the whole quote with you. Most likely outcome, Watson opens the season as starter. The team loses a lot of games. Sanders takes over at some point. The Browns finish with one of the worst records in the league, and neither of these guys is in the mix to be their 2027 starter. Armed with 2 first-round picks, the Browns secure one of the top quarterbacks in the draft and reset once again at the position, hoping they finally found their long-term answer. But you know something? Somebody's going to have to – no, you got to find a Lee Harvey Oswald to take Jimmy Haslam out. Because honest to God, he's had this opportunity to make proper decisions
several times
with different staffs. Yeah. And he is outspoken in every case what he's going to do. He went rogue and he got Shedeur in the 5th round, and he was told not to. Believe me, he was told not to do it. And the league doesn't like Jimmy Haslam, but they don't like Cleveland either. And they don't like the whiny fans in Cleveland who pissed and moaned when Modell took the team to Baltimore. And let's be honest about it. They were sick of getting the letters in the mail and all of that hoopla. And so they gave us the shittiest franchise that you could imagine with people who didn't know what in the hell they were doing. We had a general manager of the team who had no idea, who went on to have brain damage. Honestly, we had a guy, DeBartolo, who I could go on for hours about, his construction company. And we had a head coach who I don't even remember his name now. Who was the 1999 head coach?
Chris Palmer.
Palmer.
Runaway train.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Runaway train.
And ever since then, they haven't been able to find any quarterback. And it went before that. But worse. I mean, we had guys like Vinny Testaverde, and I'm not going to tell you he was colorblind. But the bottom line was he at least was a professional quarterback.
Oh, we'd give our left nut for Vinny Testaverde right now.
We played guys who played for the Medina Bees high school football team. Yep. Charlie fucking Fry. I mean, come on. These weren't even professional players. And one after another. And no, I don't believe that they're going to find the right quarterback, because if he's up there, they won't find it. That's what I believe.
Well, you could just go through all the quarterbacks that they've passed on.
Well, but worse than that is if they had drafted people who were still in the fucking league, people who went on to be at least good journeymen, they didn't even find that.
Mayfield's the only one that you'd say it's been a good journeyman. Everyone else has been out of the league.
Yep. And so I'm all for getting a veteran in, but it's too late now. It should have been done much earlier. Yeah. They should have walked away from Dylan Gabriel. They should have brought a vet in, and they should have gotten him up and running and let Shedeur learn. Because the one thing that a veteran quarterback, who's a good veteran quarterback, would do, he could keep the chins up of the players around him.
Yeah.
We have impressionable young players, and this is how it goes for the Browns. We actually draft some talented young players, but what ends up happening is they get so acclimated to losing, their attitude about, how hard they play, how hard they go after it.
Yeah.
And this year is probably, in my mind, one of the worst years we will watch. And it's that way for a lot of reasons. Got a lot of young players. You have a first-time defensive coordinator who took the place of the only strong suit guy, Jim Schwartz. And Schwartz wanted to be a head coach, and I'm glad he didn't become a head coach. He already had that chance, and he ran it into the ground. Yeah. He is not a head coach. He's not a good communicator. He's just a bang your head against the wall kind of guy. And, so now we have this first-time guy in, and the young players are going to be really crushed when they hit the field this year in week 1 and see how much faster the other teams are, how much more acclimated they are to the playbook that they're running, for the schemes that they're running. They're going to start feeling really bad about themselves. And you need veteran presence on sidelines to keep the chins up, to tell them stories about when they were young and how they started out, so that people on the bench, when they come into the game, they're ready to play, that their attitude is good. Because what I see happening is that this team is going to lose what little swag it has because they're so young. They've got gaping holes on the offensive line, which is absolute hell for any quarterback. Yeah. And you have entire positions that are wiped out. Harold Fannon's the only healthy tight end that the Browns have. And they're bringing in people from Timbuktu to try out at this point, and we're getting real close to the regular season. And we don't have a tight end. And what's so funny about it is all the tight ends probably went with Stefanski wherever he went because they wanted to play every down.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went from having 3 tight ends playing on the field at the same time that we can't field but one healthy one. It's a problem. And nobody has stood out in this preseason to say that that guy is going to, be to patch this up. The guy that we thought we had went back into the college portal. I don't know if you heard about this, but he never signed with the Browns, and he decided to go back to college to play there because he obviously did want to play in Cleveland or wanted to give himself a chance to be drafted higher.
Or probably getting more money in college.
Yeah, or that too. And
that's now a possibility. You get more money in college than getting the league minimum.
And I think he played somewhere in Mississippi, I want to say. Like Mississippi State, maybe. I could be wrong about that.
Gaping holes in tight ends, yes, Richard.
Yeah, and my feeling about this is you need tight ends to block. If you're going to run your full playbook, you got to have. And Harold Fannon's not a blocking tight end. By all accounts, Harold Fannon is playing a little bit tenderly after last season's injury. And being not quite up to snuff right now. So we've got these massive holes, and I don't know how you recover from that except to lose games. And this team's going to lose a lot of them, a lot. And you got to keep I think every rook who ever came into the game who got drafted pretty high, it winds up going to a losing team to start out. And it's how the coaching staff handles it. It's how the mature players who are the leaders of the team handle it. And right now, I don't see that as, and don't throw Myles Garrett in my face because he didn't make anybody around him better. Let's be clear about that.
No, I mean, the Myles Garrett trade's a wash for us, really.
Yeah, I just don't think that, he was a guy who's going to raise the level of, but you got guys like Casey Concepcion who they're going to be good players. I have no doubt. He's a very good young receiver. I would get Jerry Jeudy off this team. I would trade him to the Texans. The Texans need a wide receiver, and because their guy got injured, he's out for the season. Trade Jeudy. Get somebody in here who could help in the position that you need. But Jeudy is a bad influence. You saw what he did with Shedeur on the sidelines last year.
Was terrible.
It was embarrassing. And it doesn't make people better. And he's the one dropping the ball. So really unacceptable kinds of stuff. Yeah. And if you don't believe me how bad it's going to be this year, then listen to what Todd Monken said about after the joint practice.
Oh, no.
Quote, maybe it was just me. It didn't look like we were out of place. It looked like we belong. That's all we wanted to see. Do we belong?
Wow.
Now,
is that his goal?
That's what it is now.
Is that his goal? Wow. I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, but that's,
wow.
He's basically telling you
we don't
suck.
Belong.
We suck. Belong. And if this doesn't make every opponent on the schedule hungrier to just rip our skin off us,
wow.
Then what would be, so if we're just looking to, it's like you have a stag dance, and you're a fat guy like me.
Okay.
And you go stag to the stag dance and you see all these beautiful people dancing. And I want to shrink into a goddamn corner, And I'm like, God, I don't know. I don't think I belong here. if I lost 40 pounds, maybe I belong here, but I don't belong. And when you are saying, well, I actually think we might belong, how do you think the players feel? They feel like the fat guy at the stag dance.
Wow.
It's just going to be a tough year.
Yeah.
That's, and we haven't seen Quinshon Judkins.
Did he get hurt? No.
He was absent for the second straight day. And it followed several defenders getting chippy with him in practice on Tuesday. Following two of those incidents, Monken angrily cut the session 15 minutes short and called everyone into the huddle for a strong rebuke. Players are not all on the same page here. They're young players. This, and it's like watching the Guardians lose most of the games they're playing. If there isn't somebody to pick them up, and for as great as we say Jose Ramirez is a great baseball player, but he is himself, for himself, about himself.
Yeah, he's not the captain of the Guardians.
No. And I mean, does he go into the batting cage and start showing Travis Bazzano why swinging uppercuts and constantly trying to pull everything is the wrong thing to do? No, he's not. You need people who elevate people, not question whether they belong or not, for God's sakes. Your job is to get some swag in them so that they will believe that they belong there.
Wow. I don't know what to say, man. That's did you see that thing I sent you? I didn't really want to talk about it on the show, but I will point out to you that that event that I sent you is literally 2 nights after NFL Cutdown Day, and that is occurring.
Wow.
Do you bear that in mind? Literally 2 nights after NFL Cutdown Day, and that is what is going on with. I won't say anything more.
All right. By the way, the guy was talking about Daquan Wright. Right now, he's the guy who wants to go back to college through the portal, and but a legal decision has delayed that. So the Browns are thinking, well, maybe he'll come to us. I mean, can you imagine? Browns are competing with college, and college is going to win. It's totally. This is Jimmy Haslam-esque, and how could you not have backup tight ends? How is it possible? How do they all get hurt at the same time?
Yeah,
I don't know. And but I do know is that I've gone over my allotted time.
Yeah,
and I gotta be doing some things tonight, but. I've already set up the shows, man. It's going to be right around 2:30, 2:45-ish, depending on how long it takes to play the first half of the game. We'll have our halftime show, and then right after, the post-game show. And we'll be talking honestly. I won't be telling you that, Deshaun didn't throw a touchdown pass when he did. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you like the press is doing in Northeast Ohio. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you what I think, and I hope that y'all can just say to me, hey, you're full of shit. We don't agree with you, but I'm not lying to you. That's just, and you know something, Ron? I mean, to send him down to AAA, he might come back. I want to send him someplace he can't come back from.
Can I explain something to the listeners that we're all too well aware of? Is that when you say that you're not lying to the listeners, there's a difference between people that speak to you in good faith and people that speak to you in bad faith. And it doesn't matter whether they're telling the truth or whether they're lying. But if they're speaking to you in good faith, then you have to appreciate that, take that on board, process it, and say, are they correct or not?
Right.
If they're speaking to you in bad faith, you have every right to fucking have a pop at them and tell them to go fuck themselves. So when people are talking to you, I'm speaking to you in good faith. You're speaking to the people in good faith. Then you can make up your own mind, listeners, whether you want to believe what we're saying or not. Yeah.
Yeah. To me,
so many people on.
I have no reason to lie. There's no money that I can make doing this. I have no reason to lie. You may disagree with my point of view, and that's completely valid. But I can't see a singular reason not to have a veteran quarterback on this team. I don't know who the fans won't boo off the field and who doesn't really want to play in Cleveland.
The thing is that I'm seeing is that people are using the truth in bad faith. They're cherry picking results that make it look like something that it isn't. So that's not lying. That's cherry picking. That is talking in bad faith when you use the truth, but you're using only a small segment of it. And you're telling people this to pump your narrative that your donors are like giving you the pump. And it's just disgusting. I'm sick of seeing it on social media all the time. And people need to aware that goes on.
And one last thing that I did want to point out, and that the Timberwolves sale is complete.
Oh, Jimmy hasn't bought them?
No, but the founder and managing partner of Dragoneer Investment Group did.
Oh, God, investment group.
This is what it all has become. And the more that I see what's happening here, and let me explain something to you. He founded Dragoneer Investment Group in 2012. The thing that's weird about all of these stories is that he began his career in public service as a president and commissioner of the City and County of San Francisco Finance Corporation, helping oversee financial assistance to the city and county. That was his first job. The next thing you know, he's founded an investment group, and get this, he participated in two of the most significant tech IPOs of 2020. DoorDash's Series F in 2019, that was a $55 billion market cap on the IPO. And Airbnb Series D, a $47 billion cap on IPO. And he led the largest U.S. insurance services deal of 2016 with a $2.6 billion leveraged buyout of AMWINS and became its largest outside shareholder.
Wow. I can't really.
So this is just a game for him. And I'm going to get out of this game real quick because these aren't real people.
These aren't real people.
They're people who are, they're buying sports franchises like they're a shiny bauble to put on their walls.
Yeah, it's a lot like the Pink Floyd song Money, only it's moved on 50 years from that to something really so grotesque that I don't even know where to begin. And in some ways, I am legally bounded not to know where to begin. So, what people on the inside know, you can go on about that all you want. Well, I don't have any inside knowledge of this stuff. I really do not. No. But I do know this, that any relationship between the fan base and the ownership of professional sports franchises is dead and gone forever. Yeah.
Because these folks are just going to pull in and find more ways of making money, and the product, they're going to do what the one group of owners is doing. We're going to put a salary cap on baseball, and we're going to, more. And so you're not going to have certain players making these huge amounts of money. So the New York Yankees are going to have to find a different way, and the Dodgers a different way of fielding a team because,
it'll be deferred mumbo jumbo.
Somehow it will still get done. That's exactly right. because the whole basis of all of this is unholy. It is not truthful. It is easily manipulated.
It is all bad faith, my friend. I mean, we'll go, when we get a lull at some point, in the next few months, once the Browns are officially dead, I'll revisit my plan to force the NFL into taking over, raising, instead of having the NCAA make college football players for the NFL, make the NFL do that job instead. And because that's the way it should go.
All righty. I got to get out of here. I got to take my shower, and I got to get all the show parts put together.
Yeah, I'll make a real quick comment after the show's over.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So everybody, have yourself a good evening. Enjoy watching. The Guardians are out in San Francisco. Is that where they're? No, they're out. Where are they at?
They might. I think it is San Francisco. Or I might have left my heart there, but
yeah, but they're out in the Colorado. That's where they are.
Yes, it doesn't matter. Fucking interleague play. I mean,
yeah, more of that, and enjoy watching that. And we'll be around tomorrow. And stop by, watch the halftime and post game show. I enjoy having a nice audience. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and until tomorrow, hasta la vista, faster heads. Good night.